We go over how to do a tune-up on the Chrysler Pacifica. This one's an '06. It's got the 3.5 liter. The first thing you have to do is remove the idiot hood, which is the plastic cover. That's what I like to call them, for people who are idiot enough to design those thinking that people will be fooled that that's the engine, and for the idiots who are fooled that that's the engine. The next thing you want to do is, having kind of an ornery day, sorry. Next thing you want to do is unclamp the clamp for the intake boot. After you do that, you go through and undo all the bolts that hold the intake down. That's the ones that are going across here. There's one that's hiding underneath the throttle cables here. I do like that they use throttle cables instead of the fly-by-wire. I think that that's a lot better design. So you pull those off, you lay this aside. Before you do that, there's a bunch of different vacuum lines. You've got the line for the brake booster, it comes off of here. You've got the line here for the cruise control, it comes off next door. And then you also have the EGR tube that you got to undo. It's a couple of 8mm heads. Then you've got your idle air control motor. You want to unplug that. And then also your throttle position sensors below that. You want to unplug it as well. On the end here, this is some kind of air control valve, air flap or whatever. You want to undo that. And you've got another one over here, some map sensor you want to unplug. And then this is the wire harness for fuel injection, I believe. Something along those lines. But anyway, you want to undo that. Then you take the whole thing, you lay it up aside. Like that. You can just lay it straight up. You can see on the front here, you've got a couple of bolts that hold it in here. Just to support the weight of it, and then you've got another bolt here for your oil dipstick tube. It goes in from this side, and then you've got a couple here and here near the oil fill, and another one that will twist out of the way. This goes on top of the manifold. It'll twist out of the way. You gotta do that before you lift it up. I did it in this order so that it's easier to see what I'm talking about. The next thing you want to do is you just go through and pull all your ignition coils off. On this motor, just by way of side note, this is cylinder number 1. It's the cylinder that's the closest to the timing and the belts. And so, anyway, say you had a cylinder misfire number 1, it would be this one, and so on. So anyway, I hope that's helpful to you. It's Torx bits here. I think that's looks like a T20. So anyway, you just pull a couple of screws per each side, and then those ignition coils pop right up. And then you got to use a socket extension and a socket. And what I like to do, because everything's aluminum nowadays, I like to use a little bit of anti-seize. You can see I've staged all the new spark plugs. I like the Autolite Platinums. They work really well in the Chrysler product. So what I do is I go through, lay out all the plugs, and then I'll put a little bit of anti-seize on each of them with the threads, just a little dab along each of them, and that will ensure that they don't get stuck in there and corrode in and ruin the head later when somebody tries to pull them out but they're too rusted. So anyway, if this is helpful to you, be sure to rate it thumbs up. Thanks, Google. You can favorite if you can figure out how, and subscribe if you want to watch some more videos. Thanks. Cheers. Okay, there's one thing I want to add and tag on to this, is that these have to get, I can't even talk now. Basically, it's got these little grommets on there, and most of them stay stuck up at the top. So when you go to pull it out, instead of threading out, they stick. So what you want to be mindful of, if you zip one of them all the way out, it can cause this to go sideways and potentially damage the ignition coil, maybe cause a fracture or something that'll cause an arc later. So what you want to do, this is the part where you can pay attention. The other part you could pretty much be sleeping, but pull one, go back and forth as you do them so that they come up evenly. And if you do that, you won't have any issue with them being a problem later, especially on these ones that are under the manifold. On the back side, maybe you could spot a problem because you can look over the top and see if it was arcing. But on the one under the manifold, you'd just be blind. You'd have to pull the manifold and just guess at it. So pull them up, go back and forth, and you should have good success.